everyone. So today I'm playing about with this Memory Bookmaker Layering Cascade die set. So I thought I would turn the camera on. I'm not quite sure about this die set. I said it last time I used it because it says that it's designed to work alongside the Memory Bookmaker base die set, which is this, the base die set. But when you look at these dies compared to the size of these dies, it really doesn't make sense to me. So I'm going to make an album with just this die set. So I'm just going to really show you the basic together bit. Obviously everybody decorates it differently, so I'm going to show you what I have been up to. So I used the spine, the Tonic spine, Keepsake Bookmaker Simple Spines die. I've cut it out. Now I'm only going to do a small album, a 3-page album, so I've only cut it out once. Now, if you can see here, it has these dots on, you've got a blank one, 2 dots, a blank one, 2 dots, a blank one, 2 dots, and a blank one. And what you want to do is fold these ones with the dots on up into a mountain. So that just means like basically concertina in it, and making sure that the ones with the dots here go into a mountain fold like this, because that's what you're going to attach your pages onto. And then the next two with the dots on, just fold that up as well into a mountain. And the next bit's the valley, and you've got the mountain, the valley, and then the mountain again with the 2 dots on. So it's really easy, it's just a case of concertina folding, and then that's what you end up with, your 3 mountains. So you've got your valley, your mountain, your valley, your mountain, your valley, your mountain, and your valley. So to stick these together, I'm going to use extra sticky red tape. I'm just having a look to see if I've got a thicker one, which I do here. So I've got this thicker one here. So I'm just going to turn it over and use, oops, I don't know what's happened to that. See if I can find the end. There we go. So on every single piece, every single fold, we're going to add our tape. Actually, I'm only going to add it on every second one, because you don't really need it on both because it's so strong. So I've added it on the flat, then I've missed one, then I've added it on there, then I'll add it on the next one, then miss one, then the next one, like that. And then we also need one on both flat sides, so the way it's worked out, I'll need to put one on that side. Okay, so that is spine ready. So obviously we want to stick our valley pieces together, so leave the tape on the both tab ends, but take off the tape on these bits. Just give them a good squeeze like that. And then this one. And then this one. Okay, so here we have our spine. As you see it's going to have 3 pages. Obviously if you want more pages, you just keep going and adding as many spines as you want, but just for these demonstration and this little album that I'm making, I just want 3. Now I have cut out the largest layer on this set, so this one here, and I've cut it out in 2 pattern cards. This is the Hunky Dory, what is this called? Deco Dreams Merry Magic collection. I've cut it out, one for the front and one for the back, and then I've cut it out in 300 GSM card in white, and I've done it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times, and that is because I need 2 for the cover and 2 for each page. I know there's only 3 pages, but I need 2 for each page, so I'll show you what I mean. So, oops, can't pick that up. First of all, I'm going to take one for the front page, and I'm going to use my wet glue for this bit, just so that I know it's nice and secure. You can obviously use whichever adhesive you're comfortable with, but I am going to use this wet glue. Okay, so I'm just going right round the edge. All the way round. And I'm going to take my cover piece and just pop it right over the top. Now obviously if you wanted to decorate the cover with a smaller piece dies, you could, but I want my cover to be this Hunky Dory card, so I've made it the exact same size. I'm just trying to line it up, give it a press down. Okay, so that is that one, and then I'm going to take another one for the back cover and just do the exact same. All the way around, and I've chosen this piece of mirror card, and I'm just going to put that over the top like that. Okay, so then I'm going to go back, I'm going to put them to the side and go to my spine. Now, obviously this spine is larger than the book, but the dots here will match up with the size that you want to make your spine, if that makes sense. So can you see that? See the dots? So that's how much I want to cut off, and you'll see it matches up at the bottom as well. So I'm just going to line my scissors up with the dots and cut through as carefully and straightly as I can, and then just make sure I line it up with the dot that I want, and in this case it is the second dot down. So I'm just going to try and cut that off here. Now that should give me the size of spine that I want. Hi pal. There. So when that folds up, yeah. Okay, so now what I want to do is, let me just make sure I've got that right. Yeah. Okay, so now what I want to do is add on, let me make sure I've got this the right way. 2 seconds, sorry guys. Sorry about that. Always get interrupted when I'm filming. Okay, so make sure I've got the right piece, which is my front piece, and I'm going to take this and stick it on here. So I want to take off my red tape and just line it up. It's easier to pick it up maybe from this side so I can see what I'm actually doing. making sure I line it up just where I want it, and then give it a press down. Okay, so that is now like that, and then I'm going to do the same with this side. Actually, do you know what? I'm going to put a piece of red tape here. I should have maybe done that. So just add your red tape all over. I didn't realise that bit would be showing, so it's fine. We live and learn. It's a learning process. There we go. So I'm going to take off this piece, if I can. There we go. Make sure I have my pattern on my paper the right way, and then just offer it up like that and press it down. So now we have this little 3-page album, which I think looks quite cute. So you're going to have 3 pages inside. So on the back of the spine, I'm just going to choose a piece of card that I think would match. Maybe this one. Maybe that one. So I'm going to, in fact, I'm going to measure it first. So all I'm going to do is pop it down here like that. Take a pencil, just put a little pencil line there like that. Make sure it's absolutely right, and then put a pencil line here to mark it, and then put that out the way. Take my cutting board and just cut off where I need it at my pencil marks like that, and then I've got this little bit here for my spine. So super easy, just a little bit of, not even really measuring, just marking it with your pencil. I hate measuring, so so there we go. So then make sure I've got it the right way, Sam. Take off the tape like that, and just offer it up, making sure it's straight. Which it isn't. Of course it's not. But it's stuck now, so it's just going to have to be like that. Anyway, actually it's alright. That's fine, it's turned out alright. Just the way I was looking at it. So just give it a press down. So now you have your front, you have your spine, and you have your back. So that's looking cool. I don't know why it's not sticking. I'm actually just going to give it a little trim down the edge to make it a wee bit neater. You know what I'm like? I like it to be perfect. That's better. There you go. So your spine is nice and neat and perfect. Now, okay, so the pages on the inside. So obviously you can go ahead and decorate these whichever way you want. You can use your next die down, cut these out, pop them in there. That would look nice like that. You could put the larger one in and cover it up first with a pattern paper and then do another one on the top. Add pockets and things, but this one we will just do the basic first of all. So let's pop this to the side. So the reason that I done cut out 2 pages for each page is because when they go together like this, I want to leave an opening either at the top or at the side so that I can slip in some photo mats. So for the first one, I think we'll leave that open at the top. So all I'm going to do then is take my book back in and add on some tape. You can add wet glue at this part, but just for speed I'm just going to use the red liner tape and just pop it on all sides. Like that. Okay, so I've added the tape on both sides. Let me make sure I've got the right front of my album. Then all you do, this bit is really easy, is take off the side that's facing you. Take the front of your page of your album, pop it on there. Just press it down, make sure it's nice and secure. Then, because I want my top pocket to be open, all I'm going to do is glue around the other edges with my wet glue, like that. Then at this point, take off the other red piece, and I like to stand it up like this so that you can get, you know, put it together absolutely straight. So I take it, I don't stick it at the bottom to start off with, I line it up at the top and then I will push it in at the bottom like that. Just going round, making sure it's all stuck, pushing it down that way, and then that gives you this spine here and your first page, and it's open at the top. So then the next page, exact same, but I'm going to do a side opening. So it's the exact same principle. Take your book, take the front piece off, line it up and stick it on. And this time we're going to leave this piece open so that we can have a side sliding photo mat. So we're just going to go around the other edge. To there. Okay, so again, stand it up, line up, actually take the red liner tape off the bottom, that would be helpful. Line up the top, make sure you're happy with where it's lined up on all edges, and then just tuck it in at the bottom and press it in. And then this time you have your side opening. So the first one opens at the top, that one opens at the side, and then I'm going to do this one opening at the top as well. Okay, so now we have our little simple 3-page album. Really easy to make, and for only having 3 pages you actually have a lot of space in this. So front, spine and back. When you open it up, you have your front, you have your top opening page on the front, on the first page. The second page you have your side opening page, and your last one I have made into a top opening page. So you would then go ahead and decide if you wanted to put patterned papers and things inside, but you can also use the dies to make pockets and flips and things. So if you wanted to make a pocket, you could use these dies, and on the first page what I would do is cut this one out and make it really pretty with a nice pretty paper, and I'll show you that in a second. And then I would take, let me see, yeah, okay, so what I'm going to do, I've decided, is cut this one out twice. So I'm going to cut it out in my background paper that I want, and then I'm going to cut it out again in a different coloured paper that I want to make my pocket with. So let's have a look and see what I've got here. Don't know if this one will fit. Yeah, so I'll use this shiny pink to make the background pocket, to make the background, and then I will go ahead and let's see what we have. That one's quite nice with the can-can dancers on it. Sorry, it's really shiny. Let's have a wee look if I could get, yeah, which I could. So I'm going to cut out my base layer for the back in the pink, and then this one is going to make my pocket. Okay, so I've went ahead and cut it out 3 times, this one. And the reason I've done that is because I'm going to use one for the front cover on the inside, this one that I've chosen for the back cover, and then I'm going to use this one to make 2 pockets. So what we'll do first is just stick this one in. Make sure I've got all the wee bits out. I seen one there. Where did it go? There. A wee rogue one. I'm sure I've seen another one as well. Nope. Maybe not. Okay, so I'm going to stick this, make sure my book is the right way around. And I'm going to stick this in here. Like that. Okay. Okay, and we'll go ahead and stick it down in the back at the same time. And I don't bother going over the wee bits, this bit at the edge, because it just ends up getting glue everywhere, and you've got enough glue in the middle to stick it down without it coming up anyway. So, and then we'll just pop that one down there, like that. Then I'm going to take this one that I've decided to use for the pocket, go back to the cutting board, and I want my can-can girls to be in the top, in the front of my pocket, and then I'm just going to make sure I've got it straight and cut that off. So I'm going to line that up like that and just glue the sides, obviously leaving the top bit open for my pocket, like that, and just line it up and push it down. There we go, and then you have your front pocket, and you can go ahead and add on like your lace, your embellishments, your flowers, you know, decorate it whichever way you want, but that gives you a nice pocket there to put some photo mats in, or some photographs. And then the same on the back. For this piece that we have left, I'm just going to do the same. It's not going to be as deep a pocket, but it doesn't make any difference. And then I'm just going to line that up there and there and push it down. Again, you can take your lace across here, you can take your washi tape, add some nice flowers on it, some embellishments, and really fancy it up. And then you have that pocket on the back. So that's just a way of using the dies to make pockets. Now the smaller dies and the dies that are in this die set, which is the Memory Bookmaker Base Creator, you can use this to make flips, because if you notice on here it has no cutting edge, and that means basically this bit cuts out of your card and this bit stays in the card. You can make this as long as you want. So what we want to do is take our book and see which size we want to use. So yeah, I would say that size is pretty good. So that's the biggest size, and I'm going to cut this out 4 times. Okay. Okay, so what I've done is put 2 pieces of card together. Now I'm using this Hunky Dory card for the flips. This because I didn't want them to be shiny. This is the Matte-tastic card. It's from the Rosy Posy collection. And you can see I've cut it twice on an A4 card. Now you can see what I mean. It's cut out all the way around the edge apart from here. And that's good because you need the flips to make your little flip ups. So all you do to release them is cut right up to where it's die cut, and it should just pop out of the card. So now you have 2 of these with your ends on, and then we'll do the same with this one. Cut it up to there and cut it up to here. Okay, so at this stage you want to decide if you want to decorate these tabs. So you're going to have one going that way, opening up that way, and one opening up that way. So you want your 2 tabs at the end to be facing each other at opposite ends, and you want to decide. So you do have, going back to the big set, you do have ones in here that will fit. So let's have a wee look, put that one back on there, and I think it may be this one, I'm not sure. Yeah, that one fits in it. So you have the outer piece and you have the inner piece like this. Now you can leave these plain if you want to, or you can use these 2 dies to decorate it. So what I'm going to do is cut out 4 of these again. Okay, so I've went ahead and cut it out in white 4 times because I thought the white stood out against the blue. So at this point, if you're doing, you know, you can use these dies to make a waterfall. You know, this page I'm doing a flip. If you wanted to do a waterfall, it's just the same concept. You've got your flip at the top. You could use a smaller one, or you could use this one and use it as, you know, you just tuck it in that way and have it as a cascading waterfall up the way. But what we're going to do is make it into a flip open. So how we do that is, first of all, I'm going to decorate the front and just pop on my little mats on here. Just put a little bit of glue around the edge, not much, because as I say, it will just go everywhere. And then line it up roughly to where you want it, like that. Okay, and then also when you are putting your flips together, if you wanted to leave this side open or the top open like what we did with the big one, you could do that and use the smaller dies in the set, these ones, to make little cards, photo mats to slip inside. But I'm not going to do that, I'm just going to leave these closed. So what I'm going to do is just stick them together. Line them up like that. Make sure there's no white showing at the edges and that they're lined up perfectly. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do that with both of them. Okay, so now we have our 2 flips decorated on both sides. So back to the album, and we now need to decide what we're going to put on the back of here. So go back to the dies. You could use, I maybe use the same one and keep it matching. Maybe, yeah, I think I will. I'll keep it matching. So I'm going to choose my paper and cut this out again. Okay, so I chose this card again from the Hunky Dory Rosy Posy collection because I thought it went nice. A little tip, if you're cutting these dies out on the Gemini, the Crafter's Companion Gemini machine, use your metal shim, not your magnetic, because the magnetic shim, when you use it with that, it tends to bow the card because they're such big dies, whereas if you use the magnetic, it doesn't. So now what we want to do is fasten in our flips, and that's going to go like that. Another wee tip as well, if you don't manage to line it up properly, I don't know if you can see, but I've got a slight white line, all you need to do is run it round with an alcohol marker or a marker and it takes it away. So we're going to have one opening this way and crease it along the perforated dot lines and just reinforce it with your bone folder like that. And you're going to have one opening that way and one opening, oops, this way like that. So you're going to have a flip up. So all you want to do is, I usually leave about an inch flip, and that's long enough, and then just glue these two bits together like that. And the reason I don't glue it until this bit is because when you fold it, your card will stretch, so it's easier to fold it first and then glue it. Okay, so now get all this out the way. I'm a messy crafter, guys, I've always got stuff everywhere. Make sure you have your card exactly where you want it. Make sure it's going to fit all the way around things, it looks nice, and then you can glue on your flip. That. And just hold it for a minute just to make sure it grabs. Turn it over and make sure you have it exactly where you want it, because this will be the last stage you'll be able to move it before the glue sticks right in. Just take off any excess glue there. And inside, just measure it up, make sure you've got it where you want it. I would say about there. Turn it over and glue it down. Okie dokie. Let's hold it for a wee second, make sure it's nice and secure. And then go ahead, and this time I would put a little glue around the edge pieces just because it's holding down some weight. So I want to make sure that it's going to stick totally in place and not come up in the future. So just a little bit around the edge, and then put lots on the back and lots on here. Okay, and then line it up. Give it a good squish. Now if you wanted to, I don't tend to do it a lot, not in these albums anyway. I know if I'm doing a heavier album, but you could have, before you glued the two of them together, put a magnet in here and a magnet in there, and it would magnetise closed. I know a lot of people do that, but this isn't really heavy, to be honest. It's just a small album, so I haven't bothered putting the magnets in. So you've got your pocket in the front using the die, and then you've got your flip here. You can put your photographs on both sides, and then a photograph here. So like I said, you can go ahead and use these dies. I would maybe just have a plain mat on this side for a larger photo, and then use them for maybe a waterfall on this side. You could go ahead and have a large flip here, or do the flip instead of having the flip going this way, having it going the other way. So there's lots and lots of ideas that you can do with these. I hope I've just given you a couple and sparked your imagination. So yeah, talk to me in the comments, guys. Please hit me a thumbs up on this video, let me know what you think, and I will see you all soon. Thank you for watching.